Well, good evening, everybody. We had a lot of rain in Madison. Things got very, very wet and they're drying out. But that's spring, right? So that's okay. And appropriately, the focus for this evening is going to be clouds. Um, nature imagery is very, very prominent in Qigong. Animals, movements are based on animals. Postures are based on trees, mountains, and so on. And the elements are very important, including water. And of course, clouds are a combination of water and sky, or water and space. So that'll sort of be our overall overarching theme. Just a reminder, there will not be class May 1st. So put it on your calendar. We'll have the one on April 23rd or something. Today's the 17th, 24th. And then we'll resume May 8th. And just a reminder, don't do anything that hurts. If any of these movements hurt you, then change the movement. Take care of yourself. Okay, so let's get started. Oops, gotta change the view. There we go. Okay. Let's begin by bowing to the directions. So to the east, south, west, the north, above, below, and within. And just allowing the body to drop into this posture and sensing uh, the uprightness of the spine, and extending with our mind or with our feelings down the body, down into the ground. and then up and out into the universe. Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and open up the head and neck. Shoulders. There's another move too that we can introduce at this time that we've done. So, and this is just sort of swinging the arms and then shift the weight. This is one of the warm-ups that Ken Cohen teaches for the 8 brocades. And we don't really do anything like this, so this is a good one. Well, there's 2 more with that too, which is just raise the arms. Doing the same movement, but higher. Okay. And there's actually a variation for the third. There's going front to back. So, let's see. Stretch. Okay. All right. And then the opening the chest. When we sit down, this is a horse stance. So for this one, you can make your feet a little wider because this is a big side to side sort of thing. And then just sort of sit down a little bit. And if you want to make it more of an aerobic build up for the thighs, sit down a little lower. So then that's when we're closed and then open. So this is moving, one movement with the breath. You can also do it more slowly. And you can lean back if you want to. Okay, very good. Let's do two more. Okay. And then rocking the pelvis. Circling the hips. And other direction. Okay, very good. And now balance. And just let your body drop into this standing posture. The palms are facing each other mostly. Tuck the chin. Uplift top of the head. Okay. So the clouds are an intermediate space between the world of form, the everyday world, whether it's physical form or form in the mind, there's thoughts and so on. It's an intermediate space between form and boundlessness. So the sky is considered to be boundless. And the clouds are forms, but they're very soft. They're very changeable, open. They're not rigid. They're flowing sort of forms. So when we evoke clouds, there's this sense of spaciousness and openness and flow, because they're made of water. So water is about flow. So it's a transition zone between the everyday consciousness and this expanded consciousness. So when we do cloud hands, or wave hands through clouds, we're focusing the attention between the palms. So there's a kind of a sensed connection there. And then as we turn the direction of the upper arm, turn and then switch, you may want to open your stance a little more. This is very flowing, like wind, like clouds, wave hands through clouds. And so we're aware of the element water, aware of the water in the body, and the water in the air, humidity, and flowing like water. And imagining that we're in a cloud or surrounded by clouds or luminous fog. They describe it as luminous fog also, or luminous clouds. So light is involved. So that we're moving in this space of luminous flow. And the wind is moving through the body as the breath. As we give ourselves over to the movement, we become one with this, with the breath, with the wind, with the liquidity, and just this sense of flowing. Very good. Let's reduce the movements. You can play with the distance between the palms a little bit and just see how the sensations change if your palms are close together or farther apart. Okay. And now let's go ahead and switch the palms so they're facing, one is facing the sky and the other is facing the earth. And repeat the cloud hands movement. So this is this is balancing yin and yang, because the upper hand connecting to the sky is switching with the lower hand connected to the earth. So it's a balancing of the form and formless. It's a balancing, and it's a flow of these two opposites, really. It's a flow where one just merges into the other. And I can do this at any speed, but do it with the breath. And very good. Okay, a couple more. The next one is parting the clouds. And so this one, we're going to sit and the palms connect, forearms connect. Watch the hands go up. And then at the top, we'll turn them back to back. And then hold for a moment and looking up. You can have your eyes open, closed, or partly looking up. We're going to extend up and part the clouds as you part your hands. You part the clouds, the light of the universe, the luminous light comes down through the body all the way down and then into the earth. So we point down as we come up, eyes follow the hands, go way up, stretch, turn the palms, extend up, and as you open, to the light of the sun, the moon, the stars comes down, enters at the forehead, moves down through the body with as the hands go down, the eyes go down. In breath. Extend, part the clouds, opening the body from the top down. The light comes through and down the legs, down the feet, down into the earth. Okay, so at your own pace, smile. Okay, let's do 3 more. Okay, very good. And just realign. Dip the knees, bring the hands up to the heart again. So the next one is rainbow clouds. And this is where we stand in our posture connected to the earth, to the heavens. Bring our attention up to the heart area. And we're going to reach out, reach out, reach out, stretch, extend. And so we're reaching out beyond the edge of the universe to the rainbow clouds. And we're gathering that rainbow light and bringing it into the heart where it circulates through the whole body. And then the other hand, beyond, 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 beyond. And the arm gets extremely long. Gather, bring that back, okay, and sit down. As we come up, the hand goes out. Sink down. As you come up, you can turn a little toward that hand. Sit down. Turn a little toward the other hand. Sit down. Okay, let's do one more on each side. Okay, and then one hand over the lower dantian, the other over the middle. And as we breathe, as we expand, that rainbow light in the body intensifies. As we breathe out, it relaxes. Okay, very good. Right, and now let's go into the cranes. The cranes are associated with the wind and the sky. And so So they're very akin to the cloud movements. We've done a variety of these crane movements, so whichever ones that you would like to do are fine. You can step, step back. If you want to make this more of a balancing, step and back. You can do that in place without stepping forward. So going up on one foot if you want. Okay, let's go ahead and reduce the movements. So those are very uplifting. So um, as we finish, then we want to also to bring our attention down. Feel the weight of the body, feel the connection to the earth, to the world of form. And bring our attention up the body. Check the posture. And then let our breathing slow down. Let our heart rate slow down. Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and loosen up a little. And now we'll move into the sitting postures. Seated. So it's fine to take deep and long breaths and so on, particularly when we're moving. As we're remaining still in a posture, We'd like the breath to become long, slow, even, and fine. So, since we've been doing all this movement, your breath may be, a little deeper, a little faster. So the clouds are helpful in visualizing the breath. So we feel the breath. And in Qigong, we often also visualize the breath. So, for instance, as we breathe in air through the nose and fill up the chest, we can visualize we're breathing in this luminous mist that fills the chest and then goes out through the nose. So in Buddhism, this is called breath mingles with mind. So we're mingling the air element and the consciousness element. We're not just feeling the breath, although we are. We're also adding our consciousness to it. So we breathe in this luminous mist, breathe it out. Now, if we need to store energy, if we're a little bit low energy, we breathe in and we gather this luminous mist in the chest with the in breath. With the out breath, we imagine it going down and filling the lower dantian. So we breathe in, fill the lungs. Breathe out, we send it down into the abdomen where it's stored. But it's still luminous mist. So it's still sort of moving and alive. It's not like a lump of something. So you can try this once in a while and just see if you need energy or not. If you need energy, you'll feel this as you move your attention down into the belly. You'll inhale, you'll send it down, and you'll feel it down there. And so you keep repeating that until you feel that you don't need to do it anymore. It's sort of enough. And we're not imagining this happening in the mind like a movie. We're using our sense of touch as well. So when we send it down to the belly, our attention drops into the belly. So we're sending our consciousness down into the belly, the light of our awareness. Okay. And once you feel that there's enough, then you circulate. So then with the in breath, you move that mist up to the chest. And the out breath, move it, circulate it down. So it's making this kind of circle. And then just let the breath become long, slow, even, and fine. This is the microcosmic orbit that's going up the back and down the front. It may want to expand. So it may want to go all the way up to the head and all the way down to the feet. And that's fine. That's actually called the macrocosmic orbit. After a while, the body will just feel very alive, and you won't really need to consciously move your attention in this circle, this cycle. At some point, it just becomes breath and body in stillness and in movement. And there's this kind of glowing quality to it all around. Okay. And at this point, when we breathe in, then we go to breathing the stars. So we breathe in this luminous mist from all directions into the body. And then we breathe it out in all directions. So this is the radiant quality of it. So we're still aware of the posture. We're touching heaven, touching earth. And there's this radiant, sort of glowing quality. Okay, so this is what they call the energy body or the breath body. It's a felt sense of bigness. The body is not defined just by the physical. There's a much finer, bigger body, if you will, presence. And so the physical body is here, sitting upright. And then the dantians are in the body, these centers of light. Then the whole body is tingling with this aliveness, and it radiates out beyond the body. So the small mind, the thinking mind, is still there. It's just relatively still. And if you'd like, you can feel and remember doing the flying cranes. And you don't have to remain in this expanded state. Any one of these centers is appropriate. So we can bring our attention back to the body, feel the body. We can feel the breath. We can check the posture. We can extend downward or upward. So anywhere on this continuum is still the practice. The point isn't to escape into this expanded consciousness. It's to include it along with our everyday sensory world. Okay, and then as we coming to an end, so just bring that expanded awareness, bring that into the body. So it's this felt sense, it's this tingling aliveness. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. Okay. All right. So on the count of three, let's clap our hands one time. 1, 2, 3. Make heat. Tap the kidneys. And massage the kidneys. Okay, well, thank you so much for showing up, and thank you for your practice. May it benefit you and all beings. And if you would like to slip away, that's fine. If you'd like to stay, that's fine too.